Good morning, guys. It's working, bringing you a quick update on Bitcoin. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. I guess it's actually almost afternoon, isn't it? We're looking at Bitcoin to the US dollar 4-hour chart on Bitfinex, guys. And last time we spoke, Bitcoin had just broken out of this what is a broadening, widening, descending wedge, Balkowski's wedge that I told you guys about. Played that perfectly, guys. Came up, hit almost exactly our target of $6,630. Came up just above it, actually hit about 650, somewhere thereabouts, 6650, somewhere thereabouts, guys, and then came right back down into this wedge. And it still seems to be obeying the descending resistance line of this wedge. Now, we did wick out of it one time, came right back in, and it still just had a double tap on the top of this wedge. So it is still obeying that descending resistance line of that wedge, guys. If we don't see a breakout here very soon, I'm afraid it's going to end up breaking down to the downside. I'm not saying what's going to happen. I can just say I see two possible very real scenarios here, guys, and I'm really on the fence. The fact that Bitcoin came right back into operating within this channel, as we can see, this channel right here is what we need a decisive breakout of. This channel between the 6540 resistance and the 6280 support. It broke out just briefly here, broke out by a wick here, wicks here and there, but no real decisive. It just keeps coming back to this channel, and has now for almost been a week, it looks like. Nearly a week. Yeah, it almost exactly 7 days now. So that's very, very interesting that it is doing that, guys, and I do expect a breakout here very soon. This pattern is typically, Brokowski's wedge is typically a bullish pattern. However, 20% of the time it can break bearish. And there's a couple different ways we can count this. If I'm counting this as a bearish point of view, I won't bore you with it, guys, but we'd be counting this as 5 waves down. From a bearish point of view, this would be the ending of our 5th wave. Then, of course, we would have a perfect A, B, C, D, and E, with even the throw over there on the E just coming right out above. And then we'd be starting, what, 5 waves down from there. If that is, in fact, the case, guys, I can make a very good case for us beginning our downtrend. If this is, in fact, our downtrend here, we'd be looking at a 1, 2, correct? So if that's in fact the case, let's see if that has any structure to it. We go swing high, swing low, and I figure this out. Perfect. What do we have? We have a perfect hit off the 618 fib. So a lot of structure. We had a major reaction, as you would expect, off the 618 fib. So we are getting a lot of structure to the downside. That being said, I can also count this as this nice reversal pattern. And there's about 4 different ways I can count this, guys. I'm not going to get all into it. That would be technical. But the bottom line is this would be a reversal pattern. This would be the start of our 1, 2. And we'd be counting 1, 2, looking to the upside. If that is in fact the case, are we seeing a lot of structure there? Well, yes, we are. In fact, when we come in here and we look at the hourly, I can see 5 perfect waves up to make our overall large impulse wave. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I mean, couldn't be any more perfect. Third wave is the most impulsive. It's the longest. It's the strongest. I mean, this is just textbook 5 waves up for an initial wave to count as the first impulse wave. And we also have what looks to appear, or what appears to be, like a perfect A, B, and possibly coming back down for a C to continue back up. And this could even be a running or a truncated C, which would be very bullish, and then we'd start up. When are we going to know? If we break above the top of this wedge here, if we break above the prior high of 6650, then I'm going to believe, guys, that we are in this bullish pattern. To the downside, guys, if we do end up breaking below this support of excuse me, guys. If we do break below this support here of 6100, let me actually get that a little better placing. There we go. The support is 6100. Then I'm going to believe that's going to invalidate this, and we're going to be in the downside. But for now, guys, we are seeing structure on both sides. A lot of structure on both sides. I mean, we can make a very good case either way right now. So let's wait and see how this is going to play out. And again, from the downside, we could be looking at this, as I said, guys, this being a 1, 2, and and then of course the 3, 4, all the way. That wouldn't be it. But even if I am, even if this is a 1, 2, we're looking for the bottom of 2. What we still have a lot of structure there, because remember, that would be an ABC as well. So we still could be looking at something like this, bouncing again, maybe a double top here to complete the C wave, almost kind of a flat, and then come right back down for our wave 3. So there's a lot of structure in either way, guys. And the bottom line is we're gonna have to wait and see which direction it breaks, and wait and see, and just kind of and hold out for confirmation of that break. And so I'm really watching, as I said, guys, as I told you, I'm really watching this zone right in here that we've been in for almost a week with very minor breakouts. If we get a decisive break above or below this zone, guys, that's going to be, in my opinion, the bulls or the bears really taking control of this market. So again, this is a no trade zone for me, guys. I'm going to have to wait and see how this ends up playing out. If I do look at the RSI, we do have a little bit of a bearish indication on the RSI. This is on the 4-hour. We're creating kind of this ascending wedge, which, if this is in fact the case, oftentimes this ascending wedge pattern breaks to the downside. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a major break to the downside. Now, if that happens, could that possibly just be a break down here to complete the C wave and then come right back up? Yeah, that's absolutely possible, guys. And I think I forgot to show you, if we look at this from a Fibonacci point of view, if we go swing low, swing high, assuming that we're uptrending and assuming that we're now in a 1-2, we hit off the 50 here with the body, but we even wicked below the 50 here, came back up. If price does end up breaking down, possibly hitting the 618 fib, and then impulsing up from there, that would still be very, very technical, guys. So again, guys, let's just wait and see how this ends up playing out. As I said, if we break 6100, then I'm going to start to get very bearish to the upside. If we can break above this prior high, even if we can break above 6540, that's going to be a major feat. But if we can then confirmation of the bullish uptrend will be if we can break above this 6654, this prior high here. If we come over here, we look at our moving averages, guys, we can see this is on the 4-hour. We can see that price is still above our 8-day, 21-day moving average. We're testing this 55-day moving average. As I told you yesterday, if we can break above that, it's going to be a very bullish scenario. The only thing that I'm seeing here that I don't like is we haven't not had a decisive break on the daily chart. We have not had a decisive break above the 8-day EMA. We've been rejected the last few days. Today, it's just barely getting above it, guys. Really finding a lot of resistance. Not really. I think it is technically right above it right now. But what we need is the daily chart to close above this 8-day EMA. If we can get a daily chart to close above the 8-day EMA, and then if we can remain above the 21-day EMA on the 4-hour, that's always a good sign of a momentum shift. Let's go ahead and check shorts. We can see shorts are still remaining very, very stacked. We're getting a little bit of a correction now, guys, but nothing major. So again, let's wait and see how this ends up playing out, guys. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if market makers, because let's look at long. If we look at longs are not really stacking that much. Longs are looking pretty weak at the moment. So more than likely, from a market maker's point of view, they're going to want to take these shorts out. So that makes me think that we could break to the upside. But as I keep saying, guys, what's really bothering me is this pattern here. So what I'd like to see to complete that pattern, what I'd like to see is a break to the downside, a hit off of the 50 or off of the 618 fib, so between 6280 and 6100, and then impulse straight up from there. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it there. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. As always, I certainly would appreciate it if you'd smash the upvote or the like button, guys. Just lets me know that you appreciate the content and you want me to keep making these videos. And until next time, guys, please trade safe. This is Working, signing out.